Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. We can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. Good morning. Oh man, I don't have my light on. Let's turn on the light first before I just go all like crazy. I'm probably gonna have to end task to it. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Where's Elgato? Elgato Control Center, stop dying. That's really annoying. Look, you just messed up. I had it going. I had the momentum. I was like all ready to say what I was gonna say. And then Elgato, I screwed up, of course, but then Elgato screwed it up even more. Here, wait. We're gonna redo it, all right?
Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. We can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. Welcome everybody at Live Day Trading with myself, Speculator Seth. We are swimming in the big kids pool today, guys, and let me tell you, there are some big scary monsters here in this pool today. We have a setup. It is quite crazy, and I am scared out of my mind because the last time this happened, I totally screwed it up. So, with all of that said, let's get into why to the charts. Guys, we had a monster move down yesterday on news that the trade deal was on, but this morning, CNBC story I want to highlight here for you. CNBC story saying that the deal faces severe opposition inside the White House. And there's a quote in here in particular that I want to highlight. Where is it? Right here. Where's Mr. Bannon? Steve Bannon said something. Where is it? I swear he said something. Here we go. Steve Bannon. The Chinese Communist Party is trying to retrade the agreement. He added that rolling back earlier tariffs goes against the grain of the original October agreement. So, Steve Bannon is basically saying, hey, Donnie, you're going to let them get away with this again? He's calling him out. And I don't think, personally, that Donald Trump is going to react very well to Steve Bannon saying to him, hey, you had a deal and China tried to renegotiate the deal and you let them get away with it. He is not going to like that. I don't think that Donald Trump would say or tweet anything until after the markets are closed because they really like that the markets are up. But there is some real question out there. Now, with that said, we had a really big pullback, and now we're pushing down at these lows again. The low from yesterday was below 127. Or sorry, I guess it was 128. It was 127 and like 31.5 yesterday. Okay, so I zoom in there. Pretty crazy, all right? Now, E-mini was not so excited. The treasuries are selling like crazy. The E-mini did not go, and the correlations are not lining up. All right. In fact, late in the day, there was quite a little bit of a tumble. When the news came out that maybe they were going to, that China was basically reneging on the deal. He says, such drama. It is such drama, guys. Such drama. but it's a little scary. It's a little scary to me. I can see there was here just on the open, there was a little bit of a reversal, but not a overextension by the market makers yet. So I'm not quite sure. I read yesterday, prior to bonds B bottom, that all the tariffs will not be lifted. Yes, that's right. So the other thing was that China was saying, oh, it won't be all of the tariffs. It'll just be we'll get rid of some and you'll get rid of some. But the spirit of the original agreement was not getting rid of any tariffs. The spirit of the original agreement was we'll make an agreement now and then we will work out the actual issues. And when the actual issues are done, then we'll take some tariffs off. But I've gotten some kind of fuzziness from that because there's kind of been some talk about the issues. And the issues being like, forced technology transfer, intellectual property rights, that stuff, right? But my opinion is at the moment, and I know this is a little extreme to say, and we really are going to have to try hard to put my own opinion behind me and trade what the tape is saying. Okay. But I think that this whole move is based on Chinese bullshit. I really do. I think that, and I wouldn't even be surprised if China is part of the reason why the bonds are selling so hard. But I think the whole thing is suspect. Whole thing is suspect to me. Okay, so some comments here, guys. Wynn says, are you aware that your reminder says you will be live in 8 hours, November 8th at 4 o'clock p.m.? Is the clock wrong, or will you be live streaming this afternoon? I'm pretty sure that I set it up to be for now, but I must have screwed it up if it says that. So I'm sorry. We'll always be here at 6:15. Well, between 6:15 and 6:30. Sometimes I'm late, aren't I? I was a little late today. By the way, let me know, do you guys find those reminders helpful, or is it kind of annoying? Because I've noticed I will come in and it will show me, the latest video when I go to YouTube. But then if I schedule an event, it just shows the event. So yesterday I didn't set up the event until much later in the day when I figured most of y'all would have watched it. But I'm starting to think that maybe the schedule is not helpful. Or maybe it would only be helpful on the weekend. Maybe I should only do it on the weekend. Something like that, Anyways. Okay, so I don't want to trade this area so that we have something else to talk about, guys. And I will show you. I will show you here. Where is it? Oh, I have to do it up here. Oh, but I need to turn the reader on.
Russian bot says Epstein did not kill himself.
Huh? Did you see what I did there? Oh, well, you can't see it. I have to post it in here. I'll do it in here. Okay. Here's how you do it. It comes up here. Come on.
Speculator says Epstein did not kill himself.
You don't like it? You like it? So you do exclamation mark or whatever we call it. Bang accent
says lol. Live action says I want to meet her.
So you do bang accent and then the accent that you want to use, and then Epstein did not kill himself. So you can do
Michael XC says, am I watching the live feed from Friday?
You're watching the live feed on Friday, Michael. Is it not say Friday? Let's look at the thing.
Michael XC says I'm getting deja vu.
No, well, we're doing the same thing that we did yesterday, but I've created the bot so that you guys can do it now. Right? So you do bang accent and then the accent that you want and then your message. And you can pick from, well, I'll just show you guys here. the code. You can pick from Russia F, Russia M, Ukraine F, China M, China F, Germany
Lucas
F,
says good
UK M,
morning.
and UK
Should we
F.
risk money today?
That's a tough question, Lucas. I think that there is definitely going to be a lot of opportunity, but it's also probably going to be super crazy and difficult trading.
Uzi Knesset says we should risk money every day, lol.
So that one is up to you and your risk tolerance, but this is absolutely an area where I wouldn't blame you if you decide that there's too much risk. Yeah. I myself am a little scared because last time we were having, stuff like this, I did not work out for me. Did it? But we're going to be a little bit more cautious, and this,
Michael XC says please expand upon why it is will be super crazy and difficult trading today.
Sure. So we had a really big
Live
monster move
Action
yesterday.
says I like the Russian keeping up with current affairs.
Yes. We had a monster move yesterday based on trade war news.
Harlequin says you should risk money if you see a chance and feel comfortable with it.
Exactly. We had a huge move, and the news that the move is based off of is being questioned significantly. And there is a reasonable chance that this whole thing falls apart. You got to wonder, okay, if Donald Trump comes out and says, no, China is trying to change the deal and we're going to stick to what we said, what we shook hands on. I doubt that he would tweet that, but let's just say that he did. Where would this go?
Lucas says so they are messing with us again.
Right. I think that the China is messing with us again. I really do. Because this is not what the deal was. Taking the tariffs off, that wasn't the deal. And China is like, I am altering the deal. Pray that I don't alter it further. Let's see here. We'll do it. We'll do it with the bot. Mm-hmm.
11 says I am altering the deal. Pray that I do not alter it further.
Wait, is she 11 in Chinese and they read it out as 11 instead of she? Really, Google? I do not think that the chairman will appreciate that. Digital Shot says maybe retest 09. They're trying to short it, but it's going up. How much up? Buy volume 3953, sell volume 2254, 4 ticks
Harlequin
up.
says honestly it just seems like China is playing USA like a fiddle. I mean over 2 years since the start of the trade war and really no real progress.
Well, I don't know if it's like a fiddle, but they're definitely trying to play us. I would say if they had played us like a fiddle, then we would have fallen for it and we would have accepted a bad deal. But, it kind of makes you wonder. I think that when the negotiator came and they shook hands on it, I'm thinking he was being honest and he thought that he got something and it was good. And then he goes home to China and they're like, no, we're going to change the deal. And he's probably over there like, oh man.
Harlequin says guess what
This
happens
is
if
not
a
the
Democrat
deal.
will be the next president? Probably won't continue the trade war.
Maybe. I mean, the thing is, if they, if a Democrat got elected and then they just closed the trade war, there would be a lot of people upset. I suspect that the political situation is such right now that even a Democrat couldn't just end it, that he would have to get something for it. And I think that if any Democrat goes up, at the debates and says that I'm just going to unilaterally end it and take off all of the tariffs and go back to the way that things were, I don't think that they'll actually follow through with it once they're in office. because a status quo has been created, and all of the policymakers are going to say, no, man, we've done all of this. The economy has balanced with the tariffs in place. We should not give up the leverage. That's what they're going to say. And I mean, that's what the people inside the administration are saying, is they're saying we have leverage because their economy cannot handle the tariffs, and the U.S. economy is doing just peachy. And if we take the tariffs off, even some of them, it gives them enough room to breathe so that they can just stall for another 5 years. Because you got to wonder, here's another thought. Just on the China side. And so there is some absorption up here at 09, but it's not, I don't know if it's going to flip. But we'll see. This might be the spot to take them. Okay. Anyways, let's say that Donald Trump gets reelected. Does China then say, okay, well, we'll just wait another 4 years until he's not president anymore and negotiate with the next president? I mean, I don't think that would be smart, but that seems like the sort of thing that they would say.
Harlequin says, they managed to stall it for like 2.5 years, so why shouldn't they be able to do it one more year? There is a chance Trump wins and there is a chance Trump loses.
Sure. Well, for 1 year, sure, but I'm saying they would, why not 5 years? Well, and the thing is if he gives them a deal, why not 5 years? They would be able to handle it at that point. At this point right now, if they don't change anything, I don't think that they would last 5 years. In fact, I kind of wonder if they can last until the election. Okay, 128.090 is the bull bear zone. Good observation. This is very clearly a spot that there's a possibility of a reversal down. And everything on our daily levels and everything says down. But, we have some reasons to believe that there is some up pressure. Okay, so there's a little bit more of a push. At tick up.
Greg Orlovsky says, from a day trading standpoint, this news-driven market sucks, smiley face.
Hey, Greg. By the way, I appreciate your comments, on days like yesterday. You know what? Yesterday, I just felt really bummed out for some reason. I'm getting into this mode where I feel like I have to do something. You know what I mean? You ever get that? Maybe I think it's more of an ADHD thing, but it's just like, here's your moment. You've got to be doing stuff and taking it, and then you took some trades and it didn't work out, and you screwed up that opportunity or something, And I was just feeling like, I really wanted to take a trade. This move is not my spot, unfortunately. It might be a potential short there, but it did not set up the way that I like to take them. In fact, I'd say it's turning back down a little too easily. Anyone looking for that move to test 128.15? I don't know. I don't know.
Greg Orlovsky says, all good, Setho, I'm down too. Market can really affect one's mood.
Sure can. I just want to do my very best for you guys, that's all. I think yesterday, that second trade, I wasn't forced. I mean, like, there was definitely a signal, but, like, because I was trying to force a trade, when they did a signal, I got into it too quickly. Because if I had just waited for them to push down again and then take it,
Harlequin says I tend to disagree. I like it when I wake up and see a bigger move due to the news, like yesterday the move in S, Gold and CL right before London OEN. You get nice.
Yeah, well, I definitely like when there's news and it's moving. But what I don't like is when the situation suggests to me that more news could be hiding,
Harlequin
and you don't
says
know which way it's going to
opportunities,
be.
but on the other hand, being in the trade and getting hit by the news is just the worst.
Exactly. And that's the kind of situation that we're in today, is there might a really big headline might show up.
Live Action says China said wants to wait Trump out after House vote. Would be nice if tariffs lifted in the interim for them, not us.
You think that we would lift the tariffs and then they would renege on the deal and not lift the tariffs? Because I tell you what would happen if they did that. If they did that, all the tariffs are on and they're double now.
Live Action says if Biden is president, no problem then.
You think so, huh? Well, I don't. I think that Biden has an extremely low chance of becoming president. Which reminds me, by the way, did you hear the good news? The good news is that Michael Bloomberg is going to enter into the race. He is preparing as we speak. He hasn't done an official announcement or confirmed it or anything, but he's getting ready, and it looks pretty certain that he's going to jump into the race. And that is a good thing, because this race was getting really boring, and the only thing that could make it entertaining is Michael Bloomberg coming in and arguing with Elizabeth Warren. I think it will be glorious and hilarious. He stands zero chance of winning, but I mean, come on. The last debate was so boring. It was so boring.
Uzi Knesset says Clinton comes next.
Clinton comes next. You think Uzi still thinks she's jumping in? Do you have money on her? Have you bought some Hillary Clinton shares on Predict It? That she's, because I mean, if she runs again, she could very easily be right up there, up at the top. But
Uzi Knesset says
no.
nah lol.
Okay, I in full disclosure, I have money on Buttigieg. I still really think, and the thing is like, the further on this gets, the better it starts to look. Look at that. So they went down like, what, 4 ticks? And now they ticked up a little bit again. And it is chopping around. There's cream for
Greg
that
Orlovsky
itch.
says at UZI I feel that way too. Clinton can't give it a rest.
I told John in Discord that I was really itching to sell 10, but it didn't give me my spot. And he said there's a cream for that. Oh, man. Well, it doesn't seem right. I am tempted to buy.
Greg Orlovsky says with Epstein out of the way, her boy is safe. Uzi Knesset says she's gonna be their comeback after impeachment gets ASS blasted in the Senate. Live Action says, and you think Middle East negotiations are tough now?
Speculator says Epstein did not kill himself.
Did not kill himself. She's going to be their comeback after impeachment gets ass blasted. I don't know, man. That whole scenario just sounds a little far-fetched to me. Like if they go into the Senate and then the whole impeachment thing.
Uzi Knesset says I'd bank on a Clinton-Warren ticket.
There you go, Clinton Warren. Listen, if impeachment goes poorly, I think the last person that you want to put in there is Hillary Clinton. Yeah,
Live Action says lol, that voice is fun.
You try it. Did you see how I did it? I gave you the commands right there. You try it. Try it with the German female, because I really like the German female. I didn't add the German male in there, but I added a German female one. Kind of down. I don't know. I'm really tempted.
Harlequin says just curious, is a former president allowed to be vice president? Biden-Obama combo lol.
I don't think there's any rule against it, but it's certainly never happened. Certainly never happened before. Pretty sure that it's never happened before. Somebody's gonna come in and say that I'm wrong, and I'm gonna be super surprised. Alligator, in my opinion, 0811 wide fulcrum. It's definitely a chop area and distribution here. I don't know. It's not giving me an area. I do not know how it's going to go. I'm wondering if we get a little bit of a sell and then a signal. That would make sense. Although the one thing that does seem clear to me, I mean, it was a 13 tick move up, and it's kind of ranging at the top. That suggests to me that this is a two-way market now. That suggests
Jake says hello. Harlequin says Hillary Clinton president with Bill Clinton as vice president, smiling face with sunglasses, and Epstein did not kill himself.
I don't have a Swedish one in there, Jake. Here's your. I could add it if you guys really want, but I had to create a map of the names for you because I didn't want you to have to type RU WaveNet C. That would be dumb. So you got Russia F, Russia M, Ukraine F, China M, China F, Germany F, UK M, and UK F. And if you go to the Google WaveNet webpage, you just search Google TTS, and you can look through all of the ones that are available, and we can add some. You want me to add the Japanese?
Harlequin says add Japanese.
Oh, you probably should. The Japanese one was pretty crazy, huh? Okay, let's go back here and find them. Google TTS.
Jake says hello from Sweden.
Okay, so it was here, view documentation. Where is it? Supported voices and languages. Okay. So we wanted Japan. That was like way down here, right? Will it be at the bottom? No, maybe it'll be up.
Uzi Knesset says accent Ukraine F. I really have a case of the blue balls.
So which one should we do?
クラウドマシンラーニングを使用すると
Or
クラウドマシンラーニングを使用するとアプリケーションは画像、テキストなどを解
I think I like the first one. Which one do you
アプ
guys
リ
like
ケー
better?
ション
A
は
or
画
B?
像、テキストなどを解釈します。解釈します。クラウドマシンラーニングを使用するとアプリケーションは画像、テキストなどを解釈します。
B is a nicer voice, but the A sounds more Japanese to me.
クラウドマシンラーニングをし
What do you guys think? And what about the male?
クラウドマシンラーニング。
クラウドマシンラーニングを使用
Oh, it's definitely for the boy. It's definitely going to be D. It's definitely going to be D. Where are you guys? Did she not read that one?
Uzi Knesset says accent Ukraine F. I really have a case of the blue balls. Harlequin says let her say Epstein did not kill himself. It is the ultimate test to find out the better voice.
Okay, well, hold on. Why did that one not work? Did we spell it wrong? UK. Oh, I spelt it wrong. AI. UK. AI. NEF. That's weird. Let me just copy paste it.
Uzi Knesset says, accent Ukraine if I copied and pasted it from your comment that worked lol.
That's weird. Okay, so they did turn down, but I'm getting a signal now. It was D. No, was it D, right?
クラウドマシンラーニング。
クラウドマシン
Japan M. Japan F. I will do A for now. And then down here, comma. Save. Okay. Now try the China one. Or try.
Speculator says Epstein did not kill himself.
Thomas Dantino says I have the same question. Lucas says so they are messing with us again.
Oh
Uzi
no.
Knesset says lol.
Oh no.
Uzi Knesset says such
Wait,
drama
what do we
face with
do?
tongue. Live Action says I want to meet her.
I don't know what to do about that. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what to do. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Oh jeez, guys. Embarrassing.
Uzi Knesset says lol. Thomas Dantino says I have the same question. Uzi Knesset says such drama
No.
face with tongue. Michael XC says I'm getting deja vu.
Gosh.
Speculator says Epstein did not.
Gosh. So will it read this one for me? No. Well, that's weird. It did not pick up that message. Started the server. I'm not seeing it even actually trying to send the messages. That's weird. Weird. Did we break it? It says it's ready. What the heck? Okay. Well, we can't mess with it right now. I don't know what the deal is, though. For some reason, it's not picking up new ones. Not picking up new messages. Oh, I see what's wrong. Okay. Now it should do it.
Harlequin says you murderer, robot voice will remember that. Speculator Seth says, accent Ukraine if I copied and pasted it from your comment that worked lol.
What?
Speculator says Epstein did not kill himself.
Well, I missed it. That's weird that that one works and the other one doesn't work. Legacy asks, so you use a combination of AMP and NinjaTrader? Yes. Exactly. I think they work really well together. At some point, I think that, well, sorry, it's not AMP and NinjaTrader. So AMP is the broker. I use NinjaTrader for the charts, and I use Jigsaw for the DOM. At some point, I think Jigsaw is going to have their own charts, and they'll probably ditch NinjaTrader. But until that time comes, okay, 07 was where the volume was. Man, am I gonna miss this? What should I do? I'm a little wary about buying at 08.5. I really should have stuck that in earlier. I don't know, guys.
Legacy says gotcha, because I think NinjaTrader only offers 2 brokers now.
Oh, well, yeah, it's complicated. I don't remember the specifics of it. But you're right. They did this thing and like you can still get a multi-broker license. You can still get NinjaTrader and use it for any broker that you want, but they have it set up so that you almost have to use Dorman.
Harlequin says Dorman and Phillips right?
Yeah. It's like
Gary
for
Rich
their
says
broker.
get you short on 10 years going to 2.3 to 2.4%.
You think I
Legacy
should be
says
selling
yes.
them? You think I should be selling them? Well, I tell you what, if it comes back to 07 now, I don't think that I want it because it's turning back too quickly. I'm still really weirded out by the one works and the other one doesn't.
Jake says hello from Sweden.
And the Uzi one, though.
Uzi Knesset says, accent Ukraine if I copied and pasted it from your comment that worked lol.
Why does that one not synthesize correct? It does not see it. Oh, I know what happened. That exclamation point is not a real exclamation point.
Speculator Seth says, accent Ukraine if I copied and pasted it from your comment that worked lol.
Speculator says I copied and pasted it from your comment that worked lol.
Uzi Knesset says, accent Ukraine if Epstein did not kill himself.
If you try and do the copy and paste, it doesn't work. There's something in there. It doesn't think that accent is the command. There's like a character in there or something that is not the standard.
Harlequin says oh it's going on. Uzi Knesset says I have blue balls.
There you go. There was something there in accent that it didn't think that it was actually, it didn't match it. Because I have it.
Uzi Knesset says okay, so you have to type it.
I guess. Yeah. So the way that I have the
Greg Orlovsky says at Legacy I have a small account at Ninja Broker Philip as the clearing firm. $14 for data feed. CBOT and CME. $29 to connect to Sierra and $50 to connect to Jigsaw DOM. CQG data feed.
I need to investigate this, but I have it equals, and maybe it should only be double equals, but it doesn't view them as equivalent for some reason. Because like the ASCII doesn't match exactly. So that's why. That's why it didn't work.
Algo Lover says GMTGIF, thumbs up. Greg Orlovsky says at Legacy I've never had a problem with getting checks.
Oh, here we
S-Trade
go.
is $4.06 and ZB Trade is $3.30.
Well, China's trade negotiator is contradicting you guys on the whole China, is trying to wait and see if China gets elected. Here, I will type it out here for the
Halkin
bot.
says set pleasantry position, so uravlik bidden capital canator pump IT or dump IT against you, sincerely not a Russian spy.
Speculator says China's top trade negotiator, we want Trump to get re-elected.
Algo
so
Lover
great.
says ZN the hold below 128, 190 targets 127, 250. If 128, 190 goes bid before that target trades, then anticipate squeeze higher nerd face. Gary Rich says I keep saying the China trade deal is BS.
I'm with you, man. Okay, so that whole move was suspect, wasn't it? I think we read that one pretty correctly, right? It came back. They absolutely gave us a long signal. It only went 4 ticks and started coming back on it. And of course, so it goes for a new low. So then somebody might have just been messing with it. But let's see. Sometimes when you get that sort of a thing, it's like they let it go down here and then they do it again and then it reverses. I've seen that
Greg
before.
Orlovsky says at Gary I agree. They're all playing word games.
Word games, yeah, it's a good way of putting it. Well, I know. I mean, the thing that if I was in the administration,
Algo Lover says thinking face with tears of joy.
the thing. Oh,
Harlequin
go
says
ahead.
Tiananmen Square did not happen. Hong Kong will never be free.
Oh my gosh, guys. Be careful. There are some Chinese people try watching from time to time. We don't want anybody to end up in the concentration camps. It's not funny. Okay, it's not funny. That was a strong downtick. Where did they put the offer at? It was on the ask at 06.5.
Uzi Knesset says you like Hong Kong, Ben from Blizzard Games.
Banned from Blizzard Games. We haven't talked about Blizzard. Tell me what you guys think about this idea. Here, let me pause it for a second so that we don't get interrupted. Because when the whole Blizzard thing was going on, I was like, I should make a video, but the timing just didn't match up. But I still want to make a video maybe. And my position is, everybody was talking about boycotting Blizzard. And, I don't think that all of the gamers completely understand the way that the business works. Because, for instance, if you want to really hurt Blizzard, then you've got to stop Call of Duty. You've got to stop Call of Duty because that is where they're going to make the big money this year, right? Here, let's read these ones.
Legacy E says I've got some ATVI shares, going to ride them out.
Okay.
Harlequin says they are called concentration camp because they help people concentrate better, like dick measuring contest involves measuring the most dicks.
Gary Rich says I can bash China, I'm Asian, and I reloaded my Asian card with Amazon. Algo Lover says still bidding up into sellers, then taking it lower, nothing has changed. Okay hand.
Where is
Winstanzamom says
you
how
saw
do you
it.
deal with mice in the Great Hall of the People? Put up a sign saying collective farm. Then half the mice will starve and the rest will run away.
19.
Algo Lover says HAGWE. Thumbs up.
Okay. I keep it under advisement. It does seem like I'm seeing some fishy long stuff, and I think there's a possibility of news coming in and screwing things up and pushing us up, but it does kind of appear like that the sellers have control here.
Gary Rich says at Winston Mom, do you bake cookies?
So anyways, back to the Blizzard thing. If you really want to hurt Blizzard, then you got to not buy the Call of Duty game because almost all of their profit is going to come from that game this year. But I have another thought, because here's the thing. They've done this before. The CEO of Activision, this is his thing, is doing stuff that gamers hate, and then just, flipping them the bird and not caring and making money anyways. I mean, the gamers absolutely hate the guy. And he's, in one sense, he kind of wins, but then in the other sense, like the other companies that he was the CEO of, don't do as well now. They just don't do as well. He destroys those companies. And I think that they're just not going to change if you boycott the game. They think that it's just going to blow over. There's only one way to fix this thing with Blizzard. You have to buy their stock. Yeah? We need to get into the activist investing business. The gamers should buy Activision Blizzard. They should force a shareholders meeting and oust the CEO in this shareholders meeting. There should be a thing presented at the shareholders meeting. They should say Bobby Kotick should be ousted as CEO. Blizzard should issue a statement condemning the concentration camps in China, and they should add protester May to Overwatch. That's my special request. You have to add protester May to Overwatch, right? That's what they should do. And there should be a campaign. All of the users should barrage well-known activist investors on Twitter. Because honestly, look at the stock chart in Activision Blizzard, okay? They are down big time this year. They really got screwed. The market really thinks that Blizzard is past its prime. And there is only one person to blame. And it is Bobby Kotick. So this is absolutely a prime target for activist investing. Get rid of that guy. Get the company back on the side of gamers. You will make so much money. There's so much money in this. And this could be like activist investing on a national scale as a popular cultural movement. That would be amazing. That's what I think that they should do.
Harlequin says this will never happen. These Blizzard people really love our money. Stop talking about that or we will dump your social credit into the negative.
We'll see. Okay, well, they did go lower and they came back up really quickly. I'm still, this movement in here is a little, I think they're messing with my head.
Winstanza Mom says 19 watching now. Gary Rich, I don't like baking cookies but I can make terrific homemade soft pretzels and I apologize for the non-PC joke, lol. Gary Rich says lol your 100 shares on Blizzard for ousting the CEO. Gary Rich says wanna bet on that Blizzard CEO leaves and the gamers get satisfied, come on. Winstanza Mom says every time someone says Blizzard I think DQ Dairy Queen Blizzards. Those were treats on road trips. 19 watching now. Please hit like if you remember Dairy Queen and or for speculator Seth.
So in Centerville, we have the most popular Dairy Queen in the nation. And you go to that Dairy Queen on Friday night, there's like 24 cars. I'm not even kidding. In the drive-thru for Dairy Queen. Well, in order for this whole thing to work, it would have to go viral.
Jonathan says you gotta see that video when you get a Chacney lol.
Which video, Jonathan?
Harlequin says 1 like 等于1 social credit score.
Jonathan says this guy on Reddit Wall Street Bets kept selling deep ITM
video.
Calls and then buying positions with the credit.
Yeah, we saw that. We talked about it, well, the day that it happened. And then there was a guy that was successful with it.
Jonathan says Harlequin LMAO.
You're doing great, guys, with the Chinese with the accents. I'm so happy that I made that. This is so much fun. This action is really weird though.
Uzi Knesset says I take all your basketballers for bad opinions on great communist party.
Winstanza Mom says in high school, we hung out at Steak and Shake Sarasota and they have had the very best milkshakes. Drive-in and Shades of American Graffiti I never once had a milkshake in South Korea. HMM.
Jonathan says long live the great Communist Party of China, may this autumn's sorghum harvest be bountiful.
Live action says Seth is the orange bar on your ladder volume profile VWAP?
Yes. The orange is VWAP and the pink is point of control, which interestingly enough is way back up at 15.5. It's unclear to me if this is an up or down. They did do what I said, where they were like they're going to go down and then they could reverse again. But they're maybe they did do exactly what I said they were going to do. They did exactly what I said they were going to do, guys. But it went up way too quickly.
Uzi Knesset says Seth teach me to say VWAP.
VWAP? That's how you say it. Unless you want to say WAP. Do you want to call it the VWAP? See if the black helicopters are there, right?
RFO Trader says in the Chinese accent, please.
Jonathan says I love my city beef. Uzi Knesset says all accent must be Chinese, makes great harmony for the worker.
Winstanzamam says I was studying the science behind moon phases and energy levels yesterday. I wonder if anyone tracks trades based on the phases of the moon. The 12th is a full moon, I think.
Harlequin says VWAP, Captain TRAAAAAAAAUNT.
They read that one out. That's funny. You know what, Win? The whole astrological investing thing used to be really popular. And
Gary
it died
Rich
in
says
the
LeBron
80s.
James is a communist plant for the NBA.
Yes. But that was the whole thing, was that it was really popular, and then in the 80s they had the data and people disproved that
Jonathan
it didn't work.
says we will overcome the shameful American capitalist pigs, long live the Communist Party. Uzi Knesset says Harlequin make China robot laugh many time.
RFO Trader says Chinese accent, please tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna, ha, I wanna, ha, I wanna, ha, I wanna, ha, I wanna really, really, really wanna zigga zigga.
I think that was probably the funniest thing that you guys have said in this stream. That was so good. Wait, I want to read that again.
Uzi Knesset says Harlequin make China robot laugh many time.
Block by.
Okay, so block by at 11.
Jonathan says Chinese accent, please tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna, ha, I wanna, ha, I wanna, ha, I wanna, ha, I wanna really, really, really wanna zigga zigga.
Okay, so there's a block by at 11. They didn't just like completely go crazy. Somebody may be getting stopped out.
Uzi Knesset says lol.
This is like the trade yesterday. This is one where I said, okay, buy
Trader
here.
says yay. Gary Rich says my Chinese economy slowing down will have to raise prices on pork fried rice. Jonathan says wonder what they going to do.
Harlequin says this is now officially a Chinese stream. Losing trades 等于 negative social score. If you have concentration problems, we just have the right camps for you.
We have the
Jonathan
review.
says I wonder what they gonna do.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to wait here. This might be a sell, actually. Because I think that they probably stopped somebody out there.
Uzi Knesset says we are all banned in China now.
So we're going to come over into here.
Jonathan says I really like this.
The title is now My Stream Gets Taken Over by Chinese Bots. That's the name of this video. Oh man, guys.
Jonathan says I'm so runner why.
Runnery.
Uzi Knesset says 闭眼睛哈哈笑.
Lucas says why is this market snapping like this? Feels like walking through a bridge that could snap under you anytime lol.
Right? Well, this is what I was saying in chat in Discord too. Look at my ladder here, okay? So we came down, we did trade quite a bit at 06.5. So they totally did it. They came up and they pushed lower. And then look at some of these prints
Jonathan
here.
says because the great Chinese people will overcome the American pig dogs. Harlequin says I need a Kickstarter for social credit points. Think I will get executed at the airport.
Do you see what I'm saying, Lucas? They just pushed it up. Nobody traded in that area. The algorithms just decided that we were going to be pushing higher. And now it gets up to this spot.
Lucas says normally I like to trade at the edges, but each time it gets to an edge it starts to freak out.
Yep. Here at this spot, a lot of volume, and there was a block order they went through. So it really looks to me like algorithms shaking the market around and they caught somebody. Now, if they caught somebody, that might be a reason for it to move down from here. But if given the action, and here's another thing. If I come back over to here, look at this right here. Absolutely no activity on the bid.
Live action says ZF might break through this VPOC at open but closing and will pick up again if we get through.
It's also...
Lucas says yes. I know experienced folks will make money but I don't think I can.
Yeah, and it's getting pretty close to the equities open. You know, interestingly enough, yesterday they didn't really start that move until equities opened, did they? But it kind of suggests to me that this isn't a good spot to trade.
Harlequin says we are far superior to American pig dogs. Just compare our walls. No Mexicans in China. We made Mongolia pay for it.
Oh, that one is great. I need to be careful drinking water here because you're going to say something funny and I'm going to spit it all over my monitor, and that will be the end of trading today. I don't know. Like this one down here would have been a
Gary
great
Rich says
trade.
assumptions and presumptions only leads to confusion. Just put it on and have your stops. Winstanzamom says if you must cross a coarse cross cow across a crowded cow crossing, cross a cross coarse cow across the crowded cow crossing carefully.
You should do that one with the accent. Do it with the Chinese accent, or do it with the female Chinese accent. Here, I'll do it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Uzi Knesset says Gaily leeches collect.
Speculator says if you must cross a coarse cross cow across a crowded cow crossing, cross the cross coarse cow across the crowded cow crossing.
Okay, iceberg at 09.5. So now you kind of see how I'm able to predict what they're able to do, but then there's always like a caveat to it. That's the way the algos work, man. Because
Jonathan says, well, I really like this.
That's great. I think that the way the robot works is this. I think that it says, what did people do last time? What did it do last time? Like, what was a strategy that worked last time? People are going to try it again. I'm going to make that one fail. And then if there was a strategy that failed last time, then they're going to pick a third strategy from that. And then if they do that thing and too many people have caught on to what's going on, then he flips it the other way immediately. So they came up, they did this down thing, they came up, they stopped. It's going to turn down. Too many people saw that it was going to turn down, so he iceberged at 09 and caught it. So I don't think you can. Basically, if you end up being
Uzi
on,
Knesset says, geez, my 20 minutes footprint chart is just a wall of bars, lol.
right, if you take the unpopular trade, then you can win. But it's a crapshoot because how do you know what everybody else is going to do? It's a little tough, right? And you doing something is going to affect the market.
Gary Rich says, Seth, have you been sniffing glue?
Harlequin says his palms are sweaty this week, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous but on the surface he looks calm and ready. Epstein did not kill himself.
Lucas says at UZI, what happened to risking money every day? Face with tears of joy.
Well, the sad thing is that there was some
says,
trades we
sexy,
could have
today
taken.
is already yesterday, and yesterday is already today, the day's here, and today is today, oh la la wee.
There was some trades that I could have taken and I would have made money on, huh? But they're not the spot that I want. Now, this one right here is a spot at 09.5. It's suggesting that we could move higher, but this is the one that almost always happens ahead of the E-mini open. So we're not going to play this one.
Jonathan says, I am from a Sweden, yeah. Winstanza mom says,
No,
didn't
don't
work for
have
me when I
Sweden.
tried to make her French.
Where is my thing? Oh, I have it over here. Do we have Sweden? Slovak, Swedish. Oh, they only
Jonathan
have
says, ho
females.
ho ho ho.
Uzi
Med cloud
Knesset
machine
says
learning
Digifu,
kan dina
Lucas
program och
Digifu, you
appar
assume I'm done for day, gulag.
Uzi Knesset says, face with tongue.
Hold on a
Harlequin
second.
says one thing you American dogs are superior is rap, I'm not even close to Eminem.
Tolka bilder och texter och mer än så. Med Cloud Machine Learning kan dina program och appar tolka bilder och texter och mer än så.
How come they're both? Oh, because that one's the WaveNet. There's only the WaveNet one. Okay. All right. And now turn it back on here. Oh, I have to turn it off for a second to add her in here. Okay. So it will be Sweden F. Oh, I forgot a colon. Save. Okay. Where was that one that you put? Multi-hundred lot blockwise in ZF. Is she gonna read these? Click the button. The node mon thing is not working correctly. Match down, yes. Okay. No.
Live Action says multi 100 lot block buys ZF. Lucas says at UZI, lol, true. We could still see some signals to act upon.
Why is it taking so long? There we go. 7. But it's not. There we go.
Jonathan says, I am from a Sweden, yeah.
Jonathan says I really like Eminem. Uzi Knesset says I pimp grass and smash with A44 mag.
Jonathan says, I am from a Sweden, yeah.
that second one didn't work. That's funny. Wait, did I not read this one?
Harlequin says hello, this is Mr. Scam, Chinese investment advisor, get in now in Garlicoin, we are going to pump it soon, 100% legit and no scammerino, eCoin equals e-social credit score. Harlequin says hello, this is Mr. Scam, Chinese investment advisor. Get in now in Garlicoin. We are going to pump it soon. 100% legit and no scammerino. eCoin equals e-social credit score.
Jeez. Okay, let's see if it's all up to date now. I don't know what the deal is, but there's something wrong with my queue where it's not picking them up immediately. Ooh, let's see if this one from Winston works. Oh, it picked it up, but it's not reading it.
Winston's mom says JC Yish Shangsiugan Delaware Wenti, Etil Tong Wang Ankwan Huo Huimi Delaware Dalu, Inchi, JC Yish Andrewsuti, Jubunang Hulu, Sanzi. Jonathan says for the betterment of the Chinese people. Uzi Knesset says they got Allen wrenches, gerbil feeders, toilet seats, electric heaters, trash compactors, juice extractors, shower rods, and water meters.
The male Chinese voice is way better, isn't it, though?
Gary Rich says I bought 1 million. Garlic coin to chase the vampires away.
I don't know why it seems like it's a little bit delayed.
Harlequin says Chinese special forces here, we are taking over this stream now.
See, because when it pops up here, it should do it almost immediately. And
Winston's mom says it is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin, hence it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. Sun Tzu.
See this next one. So it's 1,000, 2,000.
Jonathan says in fact the People's Army is already in a Disney riding all the rides.
Oh, I know what's going on. I need to fix the queue. What's happening is when you're reading out so many things, it's got like 7 message checks backed up, and it's going through all of those first before it allows the next one to go through. And what I need to do is I need to make a queue so that if a message goes through and it's been longer than 7 seconds, that it just skips that check. I think that I can do that here really
Winston's mom says hoo-ah. American Special Forces, here. 1 female alone, and where is Chuck Norris when she needs him?
Okay, so that spike there would normally suggest up, but they moved down anyways. But they're gonna move. They're gonna move based on what the E-mini is doing. It's ranging for sure, but it's all wonky, and it looks like market making behavior to me. I think so. Live action.
Live action says is market open Monday?
I'm pretty sure that it is, even though it's like what, Veterans Day or something. Okay, so let me figure out here. Index. Here it is. Index. Get live. Nope, that's not it. Listen, there we go. Limiter, not schedule. This get chat delay. Limiter, bottleneck. Max concurrent. Okay, so let's go read the documentation here for this. There it is on NPM. GitHub. Hi, Kaka. How's it going? I'll turn back the reader on. Okay. I think it should be caught up now.
Winstan's mom says Veterans Day is fun. 1 year, we went to everything free from eating one pancake alone at IHOP to having one dessert after dinner somewhere else. We wanted to see how many fun free things we could do.
I think I would need to use a different queue. I think I would need to redesign a ton of stuff to fix this. Could also be that my thing that says to read the messages is too slow.
Live action says VPOC shift in ZF closer to breach.
Yeah, it is. It's not, that's not the problem. The problem is this. But I can fix that. Okay. I think that the GUI section got backed up.
Winstan's mom says Speculator Seth the lime green chart is not super easy to read from my Chrome. Maybe
No?
if I understood it, it would be more intuitive, but the colors are difficult on my screen.
That's
Harlequin
interesting.
says Accent Chinam still waiting for Seth to enter trade. So we can stop him out.
Oh, how come that one didn't work? Oh, it must not have. You must have copied and pasted it. uh.
Speculator says still waiting for Seth to enter trade, so we can stop him out.
It's funny. Oh, actually, it did reverse. It's just that it took longer and went further than it normally would. The E-mini sold hard on the open. Curious. Well, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. It's not time to freak out quite yet. Seems, though, pressure up now.
Gary Rich says still nursing YM and S short.
Really?
Live action says wow this CF long doing well. Popularity Matters says Seth when is Jigsaw going to finally give us charts? They've been teasing this for 4 months.
You know what, man? That's a really good question, and I am not privy to that information, so I have no clue. And I kind of wondered, because I know that the way that it works is Pete kind of, has his guys, and I think that they're all over the world, and I think it's a small
says
team.
the iShares Silver Trust SLV, minus 4.31% were on track to shed 5.4% for the week, which would represent the exchange-traded fund's sharpest weekly drop since July 7, 2017, according to FactSet data. Gary Rich says yes since 4 a.m. nursing these shorts.
Harlequin says we won't hold back after you are in a trade. We will even buy ETHOUSAND contracts just to make you lose. Our war chest is ready and we also can buy some more NBA players.
We can buy more NBA players. Oh my gosh. So on the green thing, I'm wondering.
Mom says lol.
I'm wondering the YouTube the compression algorithms might do weird things with different colors or something. But you know what else though is the E-mini right now. The level 2 is just noise. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. It's starting
Ace
to
Trade
show
says at Gary
something.
Rich, where did you get short it?
They're starting to see some big orders getting placed out, but it's pretty random. And you can see it's kind of the same thing in the other instruments, right? See? There's not a whole lot of anything significant. There is this order at 03 pack in the 5-year.
Harlequin says I have money, but I'm still not able to read out numbers. My one weakness, 14.
Shazoo. So there's some context about when it will read numbers out and when it won't. And you can use SSML code to control that, but then you're talking about complicated stuff. And I don't want to have to force you guys to write out SSML code.
Popularity Matters says China is playing the global game better than we are. While we are playing police and dying hegemon wars, they are creating infrastructure deals.
Maybe. I have to say,
Live Action says Seth, I never really follow my trays on your ladders, but today I am, and despite the feed lag it really helps.
oh yeah? Thank you. I wonder how much lag we have, because I do have it set to ultra low latency. So it should be pretty quick, but you know how that works. Okay, I'm getting a spike in the 5-year now.
Gary Rich says 710 half and 3086 half.
Harlequin says numbers are our biggest enemy, next to free speech.
Live Action says it's miminal. Ace Trade says at Gary Rich, well done. Popularity Matters says lol.
It's not like there's an iceberg here either, is there? Like they ticked up. I'm gonna watch this. It looks like they've caught the 5-year in something.
Gary Rich says we'll close 3077 and 634.
Harlequin says where was your long limit? Would you have gotten filled?
My long limit that I had placed earlier. Yeah, where was that? It was like 07. It was at 07. Yeah. Unfortunate. I would have taken it off already though. That one right there would have been a signal to get out. My wife came down and woke the birds up, and they're not screaming their heads off. What's with that? This is unusual. Oh, there we go. There's some screaming. So the E-mini is going long now, and that kind of changed the directions over on these. I'm still kind of getting this thing where it's just not quite setting up the way that I want it to. Hmm.
Harlequin says don't mess with the Chinese government. We saw your limit and decided to not let you get filled and move the market up. Our power is unimaginable, like our fear of speaking out numbers.
Oh, man. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, the Chinese sovereign fund is a thing. They do come out and sell, and they do make futures trades. I don't think they have any way of telling which order is mine, though. Just as I don't have any way of telling which order is theirs. But I think that what happens more instead is, um, it's kind of like, it's not like they're out to get you per se. Like, it's not like they'll target a specific order or anything like that. Um, but they might as well be, because they know what people's tendencies are, and they know how to trick the majority of people, and they're going to do that. And so if you just kind of assume that they're out to get you, and you kind of try and play the game theory game from that perspective, you're able to catch a lot of these tricks. You know what I mean? So, but it's mostly just that the market is counterintuitive. So if you just pretend like it's against you, you might save yourself a little bit of grief. And that said, we got a couple of good spots, didn't we? Well, it's now the 5 years doing it again. 5. It's kind of funny when you think back on it, because, ooh, this is these offers at 11, half, and 12. If somebody was listening and intentionally trying to screw up my trades like a big trader, I don't think that it would have done anything different than what it did today. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's happening or anything like that, but sometimes it really starts to mess with your head a little bit. Sometimes it's like, maybe I shouldn't stream this. That 27.35 there, but the 5 year is still not. Okay, but they did tick down into 0471 order. The thing is I'm not seeing where they're coming from. They must be changing really somewhere else. I don't know. Well, I don't see it when I'm watching the DOM, but something's happening. Okay. Well, that was very aggressive. I think on this one, we kind of just want to let it play out and maybe take advantage of the aftermath. Well, the E-mini is moving up. All the things are moving up, in fact. Okay, and another aggressive one, but iceberging on it. They gonna hit this next one because this next one is stacked too at 12.5. Hmm.
Live action says curious notes holding ground despite S-bid.
Right? Not just that, but the force with which they pushed through these two stacked prices. They were really grabbing for them like a feeding frenzy. And yet it's not, well, it didn't stay okay. So there's a little bit more of the uptick that I was expecting. But you can see it's still, who would be here at 7:44 in the morning? This is questionable. I think that they are setting up a short here. But at the moment, it doesn't look like it's going well for them. Wonder if the E-mini is going to try and puke again. $14, there's flip. $11.84. So there's an iceberg there at 12. Yeah, big stack. Okay. That's really interesting. Some polls coming out now from Europe showing that the Labour Party has lost a lot of support.
Harlequin says interesting how there is this low volume in ZN but none in ZF.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it low. I would say it's on the mediocre side, but it's not like incredibly low. Something's certainly going on here though. They did take it down 2 ticks here. Now is that 11 going to pull on us? The way that it came down was a little bit too fast. I'm worried about the false breakout. Go back
Harlequin
up
says,
into
well,
it.
let's call it low volume compared to the rest of the prices, lol.
Sure. Okay, so it ticked down. Nobody's hitting into 10.5 immediately yet. But that was a pretty strong offer at 11. Relatively speaking, at a spot like that, you wouldn't expect to see 1500 stack right away. Okay, they are selling a little bit in there. I mean, it actually flipped for a second. The E-minis still look strong. 10.5 kind of the bottom of this range, so
Uzi Knesset says, remember news in 10 minutes.
oh, you're right. Consumer sentiment.
Live Action says at Harlequin, I was noticing the same on ZF earlier, also looks stronger on the bid than peers, reason I went with ZF this am.
Okay, 10.5 goes offer. They hit into 10. Only takes one of you. Thank you.
Greg Orlovsky says, I wish I knew
Hey.
everything. Maybe we'll get that news impulse to fix everything.
But it ticked back up. And a relatively strong buy back there too, in fact. The consumer sentiment previous was 96.
Harlequin says, this kind of trades are the ones I like. Pullback to low volume, well, let's call it volume step. More than double the volume on the following prices and you get short signals.
You see here where when it fell down, activity increased significantly. But then it did snap back. I don't like how quickly it came back up there. I would have liked to have taken some stuff, and then I would be free to take another move here. Michigan at 1500.
Harlequin says, at least in God and CL they work out pretty nicely, no experience with ZN. Greg Orlovsky says that's econ is silly, they interview 600 households out of 127 million in the US.
Yeah.
Uzi Knesset says, got my little guy in.
You know, the thing is that the consumer sentiment numbers for the past couple of months have been relatively important because there was this whole thing about things were going down and it was almost like the media wanted to
Live
hurt
Action
consumer
says, lol.
confidence, you know? And so people were asking, is that actually going to affect the public? And it appears that it did a little bit, but not too much. Now, though, I think it's back to where it was, where it's not an incredibly
Gary Rich
significant
says at
number.
UZI, is that what she said, lol.
Especially not this week, because the consumer sentiment number is not going to reflect any of the change in sentiment that we've had this week, right? So
Uzi Knesset says, grinning face.
not to mention that this trade based off of the trade war appears to be way more significant. But the buyers have been winning the battle so far. Man, they really flipped that against me. I was hoping that was going to get another tick, but now that it's to there, I don't know.
Live Action says, I am still long ZF.
I am noticing that the 5-year is actually decreasing in activity as they're coming up here, though. We'll see if they actually get some volume coming through it or not. So they went through 12.
Gary
like it
Rich
was
says I'm
nothing.
fading every new high.
You're fading every new high. The E-mini turned down. That's why they did that. The E-mini's kind of done these head fakes a lot, though, so I don't know if it's actually gonna, what it's actually gonna do. See, they're actually buying it up a little bit again.
Uzi Knesset says that's what I did. Faded 18 to 16 in ZB. Little guy lol.
I really wish that I had taken 10.5. I keep having thoughts and then not doing them and then regretting. Okay, downtick, but not a strong offer. Uptick, not a strong bid. 5-year kind of doing that thing. It does. Okay, downtick in the 5-year. E-mini actually kind of trying to work its way back up. Hmm. Huge beat, come on.
Live Action says a lot of 100 block trades long notes haven't seen profit taking yet.
Yeah. This is kind of a tough setup because the E-mini kind of had just a little bit of a dip and they moved because of that. So it doesn't necessarily invalidate the trade setup. It certainly doesn't feel good though. I'm just gonna deep breathe in here. Not that 11.5 is pulling way too easily, but the 5-year ticked down. There's quite a bit at 05. Oh, I shouldn't say quite a bit, but there's a bid there that's been there for a while, and that was pushing, that was there. Oh, it actually was kind of there as we came up. Okay. Wonder if that could potentially pull, in fact, although it could be a spread trade. Didn't move. It's about 2 minutes. I just saw a change there in the 5-year. I didn't quite catch what it was. Oh, 5.5 is just going back and forth a lot though. Okay. Okay, about a minute now. Let's remind ourselves it was, previous was 96. Previous was 96. Okay. Something's up.
Live action says correction 400 block offer hit 57 ZF.
It won't cancel those ones. Oh my gosh.
Live action says what happened wow. Michael XC says Trump.
I don't see him tweeting. Holy shit, I took so much. Ugh.
Michael XC says or news was early?
I took so much slippage on that. It's okay though.
Michael XC says Trump on China. Lucas says can't they wait for the number? Jesus.
Is he talking? Is he like a press conference? Well, this could just, you know, get out of control really quickly, you know.
Live action says crushing today short S long notes caught both.
Yeah. They're gonna, I mean, think about it, man. Sucks that I had a short there like that, but oh well. If we could get another leg here, I would appreciate it. President Trump says he is not concerned about any of the depositions released from an impeachment inquiry. That is not the piece of news they moved them. Okay. Well, Mr. Chinese bots, what do you say now? Oh, boy. Oh, man. Okay.
Michael XC says no Trump talk China. Harlequin says yeah getting stopped out because of unexpected news is just annoying, hopefully not much slippage. Michael XC says US Pres. Trump says he has not agreed to tariff rollback, but China would like him to.
Okay. So that little pullback there
Live
was
action says flat.
Harlequin says haha you are laughing for now, 100,000 market short order incoming. Uzi Knesset says you better take that bitch before I take from you.
By the way, what was the news? What did the consumer sentiment number come in at? Okay, this is coming back. 95.7, so it was bad. I let that one come back way too much on me, I think. Don't like that spot.
Uzi Knesset says Confucius say pop on news trick you into retracement vacuum.
Yeah. That is exactly what happened. Well, I could buy 17, but I don't know. Let's try and see if we can pull it up on YouTube. Trump filter live. He got in the plane. Shit. Wrong spot. Okay. I have not been fast enough on this at all. I could have made so much more if I had clicked on
Gary
that
Rich
faster.
says the Amini is stubborn.
Yeah, it is. I think that that the market is being really
Harlequin
naive
says the
about
great
this.
Sun Tzu said, stops are for pussies.
The fact that any of this is even being discussed at all is a warning that things are going very wrong. I mean, they made a deal and now China is changing the deal and stuff. And Donald Trump is saying, well, I haven't agreed to anything, but they sure want me to. We shouldn't be having this conversation, right?
Live Action says now trading gets tough for me. Volatility after a move have to go to 133 tick chart here to make sense of order flow.
Yeah. Well, they're buying it here. I could see the level 2 doing it. He's pushing it. Was an ask. The 5-year is not. It's trading a lot at 0.5. I need that up. Okay. The E-mini is starting to fade. Now it was a stoppy move. I wish I hadn't have taken so many. There's a lot of I wishes here today. Okay. Well, this move back up into here was cool, but why is they having trouble at 18.5? He's stacking up. Stocks won tumble as Trump says he hasn't agreed to tariff rollback.
Harlequin says my favorite book is Art of the Deal because trade wars are easy to win.
Right. Now it's just sitting here.
Uzi Knesset says no humor right now, says Trading Live.
Yeah. Maybe we need to lighten up a little bit so that we can relax and think straight. I don't know. I liked the long, but I clearly got an awful spot, right? It comes back up there. You could try taking it off and getting it lower, but will they actually let you do that?
Live Action says S price movement bouncing off previous 3 days VPOCs.
Okay. Good point. I think that after fighting it out a little bit, that they will move higher because this whole move was based on bullshit, and it should retrace back to 129. That's what I think. Well, I think the E-mini is being a little bit. They're trying to temper things because what Donald Trump said for us, like if you've been here the whole stream, him saying he hasn't agreed to anything, well, we already knew that, right? But I think that there's a lot of people out there in the market that have been thinking, oh, this trade deal, it's all going to happen and everything's fine. And now they're starting to realize that it's not fine.
Harlequin says, yeah,
China
but it
is
always though, when
screwing
your
with
entry
it.
is on the high of the range.
Yeah.
You have to decide if you stay in, get out and try a better spot and so on.
Yeah. Well, it kind of looks like
Gary
that
Rich
the
says
buyers are
now I'm
making
getting a
some
setup to short
progress.
crude at 56.10.
The 6J just took a monster move up. Oh gosh, you gotta be kidding me, really? Have you noticed that
Live
this
Action
week?
says we were talking about that earlier this morning before the tweet.
Yeah. It has not given me an edge trade today, all week almost, I think. Come on. These all have some favorable and some unfavorable. Somebody's selling it.
Air Cages says, hey, my BTC shorts from yesterday are doing great.
Yeah, I saw some of that action yesterday. It was kind of interesting action, wasn't it? They were actually reacting to some of the political volatility too in Bitcoin, which I thought was really curious. In the end, though, I think that a couple of longs are really upset. Oh, I didn't notice that it moved down that far. Wow, cool. Good job, Air Cages. You've always been good on those calls. It does not like 18.5.
Air Cages says, thanks, man.
E-Mini's going to try and retrace this. The 5-year is battling a lot.
Air Cages says, is that a live trade?
This one is, yes it is. I am seeing some big guys coming into the market here for some reason. But it doesn't all quite match up. They just want my stop. In the end, they just want my stop.
Uzi Knesset says, remember man, if ya get your butt kicked, ya still get a paycheck from your job, so no sadsies.
Yeah, but I just really want to build this account up. And I really want to do well on a day with opportunity. And it gave me, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay. Well, we can try again. But so far, this is not going well for me. I mean, so here's the thing that's so frustrating is that that first fill, let's see here, 18 maybe? I had some at like 16 and 14. I mean, so much
Uzi
lower.
Knesset says, give it a minute, let it figure out where it wants to be after that news candle.
Yeah. I really shouldn't have let that last one go for as long as it did. And I was very clearly in the wrong spot, right? just want it to give me the edge.
Uzi Knesset says story of our lives bro, lol. Gary Rich says wow such potty language.
Come on. Give me an edge.
Winstanza Mom says I love the title of today's video. My screen just refreshed and this is the first time I noticed it. Great title.
This is great, right? Okay, so they finally gave me one. The frustrating thing is it wouldn't be so bad if not for the slippage, but I got the slippage awful. The slippage was bad.
Live Action says Seth horizontal line the previous day VPOCS and put up a 133 tick chart. Just take a look and with ladder order flow trade will be easier in this condition on S.
On S?
Uzi Knesset says one thing I've never tried is that reverse trading. Get into a trade and flip it as soon as it starts to push me.
Yeah.
Harlequin says just curious, did you make research regarding how much they retrace after news? ZN is getting pretty close to VPOC and maybe some buyers will step in there.
No, I've never done that actually. I mean, I
Uzi
certainly
Knesset says
have.
sounds like a recipe for whipsawing my face lol.
Yeah, I certainly have things on the way that the swings tend to go in general. And this move has actually been following it pretty closely. But I don't know, man. The spot seems okay, but there's too much going on there. Okay. Yeah, see, just like that. They're having even trouble keeping it bid. Both the 5 and the 10 are doing it too.
Harlequin says I did some research in CL and there is often a retrace to VPOC and bounce from there. Maybe the same applies to ZN.
Maybe.
Harlequin says at least the first test after a push.
$36.97?
Air Cages says you're definitely getting my vote on the Futures IO video contest. Great vids.
They never did that. They canceled that contest, man. Oh man, that's how you found me though, huh? Air Cages from the beginning, guys. Really? Now, the 5-year playing some games, saying that it's gonna turn here.
Air
I don't
Cages says
know.
yep, day one.
I've had a hard time, man. If this one doesn't work out, then I'm done. Look at this on the 5-year.
Uzi Knesset says ZBE testing overnight open at 21.
Okay.
Uzi Knesset says still bouncing around in yesterday's value.
There's just some really big offers here, right? They're trying to push it up, but they're just not making any progress. Well, the 30-year
Lucas says this is a complete joke. No rollback now?
Maybe too many people took it, guys. Some clicks on a bid, 15.
Air Cages says what a range-bound mess. Live Action says at Harlequin true, but be careful how many times you will see turn in example VPOC on S, but YM will turn on balance high, Russell on balance low, and NQ hasn't turned yet.
This is 5-year, man. Just watching that 07. Okay, if that finally goes bid and holds. But the bid is being fickle.
NRSK Trading says how the news is read. Which site is this? Uzi Knesset says Aussie, bid stacking at 21 now.
How the news is read. Which site is this? I wrote it myself. If you go to github.com/twdsje/ttsbot, I have the code there for it, although I haven't updated it in a while. We've made some changes to it today, and it primarily
Harlequin
works
says
with
at Live
YouTube.
Action, yeah, that's why I prefer it on CL. S is still bound to the other stock markets like you said. For now they are defending around the VPOC on ZN. Lucas says at UZI I tried reverse trading a few times. It's an art on itself. I'd sell, cover at a loss, go long and find out my sell signal was right at the beginning and cover at a loss again.
Okay.
NRSK Trading says so nice. Too good.
Yeah, thank you. The nice thing about it is that I can like turn it on and off and read comments individually. So if it gets too loud in here, you know, I can pause it for a little bit so that I can talk. It works really well though. I'm thinking if I have time today, I might go in and fix a couple of things because there's some problems with the queues, and I think that I might be able to add something so that the web page will keep track of the microphone and not read messages out when I'm talking. Okay. So they are hitting 16.5, but it's not. No. There's going to be a leaning here, essentially. Yeah. And 7.5. The 5-year has been.
Harlequin
slow.
says let's hope that they just wanted to retrace to VPOC and now go for another push.
Could be.
Lucas says you can't read PA at each level on this action.
No. I did get this though. That's the trade. That's why we took it. But I don't know, man. The market is just fighting me. I don't know why I've been getting it so wrong, but I've been getting like the worst case scenario on almost everything as of late, it seems. We've got a few okay trades, but
Lucas says I'm long 155 but on
you know,
sim.
the crazy has never worked in our favor. It's a little frustrating.
Lucas says can't get 2 ticks yet.
Yeah. It's just like we took a trade, we maybe got a little bit of edge, and it took a 1 tick, and then it goes 3 against us. 4 against us, actually. Some of it traded into our stop, but it never triggered, so I guess that's lucky. Well, that's good. Seeing 17 go bid that quickly is encouraging. There's going to be 17.5 though, of course, and the 5-year is still like, and the E-mini is not necessarily dropping either, is it? I asked Trump if he's definitely going to meet with China's Xi this year, and he said we'll see.
Air Cages says boss man Seth, nice.
Yeah, thank you. Now, if we can, dig ourselves back out of this hole a little bit, I'll be happy, but doesn't look so good today, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes it goes and sometimes it doesn't. He could have come out of there and said, hey, we're going to get this deal done. I don't know.
Live Action says many years ago I was in a CL trading room with live feeds from the pit in NY and they used all the correlated energy markets and spread in Brent to CL along with dollar to reinforce decisions. Harlequin says I would recommend you to research pullbacks to VPOC, especially when it's just few ticks away. Don't want to talk in on your trades, but imagine you had the 55 entry like Lucas. Air Cages says targeting 215.
It's just I'm kind of thinking back into why was I in a sell, when that happened. And I really don't know. I think that there was a trade there and I saw a spike, and that spike might have been them taking it off before the news, and I misread it there, and I should have been out of that trade before the news hit. Then maybe I would have. And then the other thing is that I can only place one order, so like if I don't catch the edge and then I try and click the next price, it doesn't work. I have to cancel the other one
Uzi
first.
Knesset says we were all in the fade mode. I did it too. I took it off before the news though. Lucas says I am slowly realizing why PPL want Trump out. Everything is just a joke with the guy. How can be this much manipulation?
Well, I have a slightly different take on it, okay? I think the market
Air
cares
Cages
too much.
says I guess 2 tick stops don't really work anymore?
On the trades that tend to work, I do usually only get 1 or 2 ticks against me, but
Uzi Knesset says at Lucas the machine feeds itself.
it's just been a volatile market lately.
Lucas says he made markets care too much.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, that's a legitimate thought. I just think that you got everybody trying to speculate on the tiniest little thing that he's saying, and I don't think that they've been very good at predicting what he's going to do. I think that I have, and yet they continue to get like roiled and freaked out. And then you've got all of these robots out there. And that's the other thing, is we say it's all Donald Trump, but you know what? I think you're going to come into the next administration, and you're going to start to see a lot of the same thing. Ian Lynch says I would take
2 ticks at 175. This getting choppy.
So? You think so? That has crossed my mind, just that down tick I didn't like, and it did draw me a pivot bar. But I'm still seeing, well, actually, so I'm noticing something now, and that is a little difficult to decipher, because we did get like a golden signal there in the 5-year, They went lower, they turned around, they're back up, and we're getting the signal. We're getting it again, perhaps suggesting that they're trying to hold the 5-year back or turn it. The last thing that I see on my Twitter feed is Trump just asked if he will meet with China President Xi this year, and he replies, "We will see." That's not good. How can they be, why would anybody sell this? It's beyond me. Other than that, they have to take profits and they're stuck. Shit. Well, that might have been a trick. Showed up, it disappeared. I don't know. That one, it was suspicious.
Air Cages says lower high major trend reversal.
Oh, I wouldn't read too much into those. I've done a bit of study on those, and that doesn't really tell you a whole lot. The E-mini is turning a little bit. I think that spoof that we saw at 16.5 is more important. And look, what certainly wasn't there anymore. Although clearly people want to trade at my price again. How far did it go? It went 4 in my favor? No, 3 in my favor. I wouldn't have gotten 4. Never cleared 4.
Lucas says at Harlequin the trade was not entirely based on VPOC. I saw the same signal in ZB and UB. It still was 50-50 within this action, but good risk spot.
Okay.
NRSK Trading says, what's the name of your trading platform?
So the DOM is Jigsaw Day Trader is what I use. And the charts are NinjaTrader 8. If you go to my channel, I have a video there that's what is the best futures trading software platform. And I talk about it. So I would go look there. Most of the people on the channel use Sierra charts. So that's another one to look at if you want to do futures. And by the way, I noticed that you were a new name and I didn't say anything at the time because I'm a little distracted, but welcome and thank you for watching.
NRSK Trading says thank you.
No problem. That's what we're here for, folks. You can just tell how sour my mood is, can't you? The thing that pisses me off is I caught that one long and I got 11 ticks and I took 4. Can you believe that? Ah, man, that pisses me off. And then I took 3 ticks. I took 3 ticks of
Ian
slippage.
Lynch says be careful. S&P, Dow, NASDAQ are all strengthening. Usually this is bad news for the treasuries.
Yeah, I would say I would watch out if you're in equities because the treasuries are starting to show some signs that they really want to buy it. And there
Air
might
Cages
be coming
says,
in
what's your
short.
target?
Well, so the way that I have been trading it is either the swing, based on the previous swings, or when I get another signal. At the moment, I'm not getting another signal. Maybe it might give me a no signal here, actually. If we're basing it on the swing, though, based on this last one, 15.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8, so I might have to take 18.5 or 19. But what I'm looking for is signs that the market makers themselves are overextended and are pushing to exit out of a trade. I'm not seeing that. Just looks really chippy, doesn't it? Okay,
Live
somebody
action says
stacked on the
Seth.
bid
Yes,
there.
stinks when it happens.
Yeah. The thing that's frustrating to me is just, you know,
Air Cages says 50-50.
it could be.
Lucas says, Seth, how many ticks would you like to take out of a 11 tick trade? Let's say you want to take at least 8 out of it, move stop to 8 and don't change it.
I think so. But it happens so quickly, you know? And you know what? Like, I have to move it. And it just doesn't even cross my mind. I don't know what to do about that. There's, you know,
Harlequin says at Lucas, yeah, I understand. What I mean is, if you get a signal and it is really close to VPOC, I guess in this case it was 2 to 3 ticks away, the VPOC often gets tested, at least on CL.
mhm. You know, that's one of those things where, you know, I guess my own mind has limitations, and, you know, that's something where if people remind me, it would help. But yes. Oh, she's getting something. She's getting something.
Live action says bingo, that's the problem, at times it's so fast.
Yeah. Um, you know, the thing that makes me kind of is that it used to be that those would go in my favor all the time, and it was like, you know, it's worth taking because when you get them, it's worth it. And as of late, it
Lucas
goes
says
against
at
me every
Harlequin,
time.
yes, they get tested usually, that's true.
It's like I completely understand the context and everything, and I still get it wrong. That's what, you know, like, go back and after this, if you weren't here at the beginning, go back and watch my video, and then you'll say, you know what, that they had this big move up.
Live
He
action
totally
says
called it.
algos take advantage of our limitations.
He totally called it, but then somehow I ended up being short when the actual news event happened. You know? And yeah, it's just, I want to chalk it up to bad luck, but it's kind of getting to the point where it never
Air
seems to go
Cages
in my
says, have you
favor.
tried putting a time limit on your live trades?
I need to, I'm clearly doing something wrong, and I'm just not sure what it is. Do you put a time limit? I absolutely do. Especially if it's like not really, if it's like against me, you know. If it's been like 10, 20 minutes and it's against me, then I usually just bail. This one, I think we're still okay, but I generally tend to want it to be 30 minutes. No, I didn't realize it's 8:37.
Live action says all we need is one good trade a day.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I had taken the 10, I would be positive and I would be happy. And maybe I wouldn't have taken that other one where it went against me at, oh, that was 16.5. It's interesting that both of these I ended up being at, oh wait, was that the average? No, the other one I was at 18.5.
Lucas says right now you are in the middle of this range and all news are behind us, try taking it at 18. Being Friday it could fall back to 135 to 110 and stay there.
Yeah, you might be
Live
right.
action says even 3 ticks is good if trading 20 lots in 30 years.
Well, I'm kind of thinking at the moment that, you know, the big thing happened and maybe everybody's gone away. But the E-mini is kind of suggesting that they want to go lower again. I personally just find this, the E-mini's ability to retrace that to be incredibly bizarre. Should we say bizarre? Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Air Cages says bulls made money, bears made money.
Yeah. And Seth did not. And it just wants to fool around with my price. It really is like, if it was out to get me, it wouldn't do anything different. Well, that was a really strong bid. A really strong bid, and now nothing. Well, maybe actually it's at 17th. So that was the false breakout that I thought it was, I guess. But no follow through, and the 5-year not showing a flip between 7-pack and 8. I don't know. I'm a lot of venting going on here, huh? I shouldn't be so sour. It's not. Things aren't so bad. Tomorrow's another day. I don't know. I guess part of what makes me mad is that yesterday was a bad day too. Wasn't a terrible day, but it was enough. It was enough, you know. So iceberg at 17, that's good. He actually added more to the bid as that happened. Okay, now he clicked it up. Now 08 has gone bid, but we need to see. Okay. In the 5-year, they're still playing this game. Like, I don't know if 08 is gonna hold. And the E-mini is still going sideways. Another thing, it seems like that my data connection, something about it cannot handle those moves, because you saw the whole DOM like clear and go up it, and the things come in. It doesn't go nearly as fast as it should. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if it's a connection problem. I suppose it probably is. Maybe I need to upgrade my internet. I think I should go and get the full gigabit connection. I don't know. I feel calm at the moment, I guess because I have it going my way and I have a couple of things that seem to be supporting it, but I feel tilted. I'm gonna have to. And it goes off again. God damn it. And 16 is, and this is the other thing, is that when it goes against me, it's so fast. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just in too obvious of trades or something, you know? Because why is it so hard to get upticks and so easy to get downticks? That's now the second time that's happened too, by the way. The last one after that happened, then they shoved it up, but then nothing happened. Makes me so mad. Is this where I should sell it? I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They're just never quite going. I mean, I could have taken Forsher, but should be better than that. Both of these hardly ever went in my favor at all. See, now they want me to sell it. And I mean, man, it dropped on nothing. It dropped on nothing. $30, it's turning. Oh, you know what? You guys are saying a ton of stuff, and it's not reading it out to me. I should change that. What are we saying? Claudio Ibarola, what's your data source? I'm using Rhythmic. Maybe you should go short path of release resistance. I don't know. Yes, it's so strong at the beginning of the move down, and NQ even stronger made a daily new high. Short the 155 if you can get filled. And it's a little too late, but I did kind of see that. But now it's like, come on. You really short into this? Well, how far could it go? We could do this. Sure. They're not going to fill us though, are they? If they do, they're going to screw us over. The 30-year is kind of suggesting that it could turn around here. But that might be a push further lower. I guess that. I warned you about that, the lower high major trend reversal. So yeah, you did. You did. Offers. Yeah, but I haven't hit the 3 yet. All right, yeah, I was asking if it was live or not. I took the 2 losers. I don't like this spot though. I don't like what the 30-year is doing. I'm not sure if they're about to like just careen out of here. Hmm. I think eventually it could still come up and move higher, but I don't know. I don't like some of the liquidity below us. You're still short from 15.5 and hoping to get 12.5? Well, I think one of the things is that my signal has been working. It's just been really short bits that it's been catching. Like the one here, I should have taken that there and then taken 2. And I'm not necessarily getting the right spots on them either. So if that's true, we are getting a reversal here. Okay. Pretty clicky on it, and they all 3 did it at the same time. Okay. I missed the robot. I'm sorry that the robot only lasts for 2 hours, guys. Go complain to Google that they need to give us more requests. I requested more requests from them and they denied it. down. Hmm. Do we have a 3-day? I'm pretty sure that we don't. Right? Let me check here. I know that there's like some sort of a holiday Monday. Oh, I guess it is a bank holiday for the US. But it's like what, Veteran Day or whatever. Like nobody else gets it off. So it's one of those weird holiday days. Hmm. I thought that 15 did go bid at one point, didn't it? Maybe not. So it's not saying that I ever got favorable tick. You getting that? It's like that synthetic iceberg. Okay. Ooh, good pull at 15.5. Gabriel, how are you? You know what? I've had a rough day, to be honest. This trade's going okay, but I was the wrong direction when the markets went crazy, and then I took a trade and got it, but it came back on me too quick, so there that sucked. And then I took another one that lost, another one that lost. Overall, I'm a little unhappy with my performance today. It just makes me mad when it's like, there's lots of opportunity out there and you seem to have been on the wrong side of it every time. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Some of these I'm just not so sure that you can really hope to predict. But um when you're that wrong that much, you got to wonder, right? Okay. Uptick, buyers a little fed up. Decided to stack more that time. There was some stacking on that one. Still have not yet seen the E-mini like fall apart. Now that was good. Hmm. I'm still kind of getting this thing that like the sellers don't want to give up, but the buyer seems really insistent, you know? Well, okay, that 16.5 one didn't put up too much of a fight. 1,000. $17 as well, only 546 that time. We got to be a little careful here because now we're going to come up to resistance again. The momentum that they're doing it with, though, is starting to make me wonder. Strong click at 18, 1600 on the bid. I'm still not sure that's enough to make me jump out. Okay, 20, that 18.5 did not just... Suppose you might expect that, though, with it being 8 ticks now. Okay. 19.5. Huh. Interesting now that it's doing it the other way. They might have to pause here, though. I mean, the E-mini is not selling. This is the thing, is I really thought that this trade was going to be the E-mini was going to sell. But the E-mini is not selling. Still. Sure seems vulnerable, though, doesn't it? What do you guys say? Claudio Ibarola, I'm new here. I would like to know, if you trade live every day? I do not trade live necessarily every day, no. So it depends on how I'm doing and what the market looks like and things like that. I put myself on probation a lot. There are entire sections of the year that I just will not trade. Okay. So that's quite a bit going into 19 there. And the E-mini's still not. It's clicking a lot, though. This is all curious action. Sometimes he's sleepy, but he's alive. Thank you. You know what, man? Earlier in this stream, we were having so much fun, and then that trade happened, and I started swearing and stuff, and they're all like, Seth's unhappy. Maybe we should go. Plus, the robot died. See, I have a robot, and it has to make requests to the Google API to get your chat messages. And they only give you 10,000 a day. And if you want to check them, every 10 seconds or whatever it is that we do, then, you're only going to be able to do that for 2 hours, essentially. Because each request is more than one. It's like 8. And so, yeah. Be careful of the iceberg at 19.5. I saw that. Was it 19.5? It was 19. 19 was where I saw stuff, we'll say. I'm kind of in this mode where I just want to hold it, I don't know. Like, to me, the E-mini should be going down right now. What's the deal? Day trading is hard. NQ pushing higher as well. Was thinking the same. It just, the E-mini is not really showing any signs of weakness, is it? Okay. Still looks like they're kind of relatively balanced here. So they might just kind of develop a bit of a range here. It was a 19 before, right? What? Oh. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. I tried to put a stop limit there. It said, you can't put a stop limit there. By the way, let's look here because I wasn't really paying attention. A bunch of stuff. Oh, good job. You guys, we got up to almost 30 at one point. Good job. Thank you. Thank you guys for the likes. 4 likes already. Thank you very much. We did have fun. I just wish that the day was positive. You know? Says that I'm giving lower than the recommended bit rate? That's interesting. Oh, huh. I think I need a stronger connection because I have it set to 6 and it's only giving you guys 4. 5. It's giving you guys 5. I should be able to output more than that. We'll fix that. Well, the E-mini is pushing down a little bit now. Maybe some weakness. And yet the Treasury is ticking down. Why? And the 6J still looks strong, by the way. That is really curious to me. What was that click? It was an ask. Okay. There's probably a little bit too much clicking up there at the top. I probably should have taken it off, but I want to see the mini dump. $9.08. So the European close still hasn't happened yet then, huh? I don't know what to make of this. Thomas says gotta take off. Hey, thank you for watching. And good to see you again. I will see you on Monday. I'll be here on Monday and we'll probably just do some programming, I'm guessing. Maybe that would be a good time to start looking at Sierra charts, huh? Didn't use charts that much, except today. This was the last time. I'd take 18 if I get another chance and let the other guys take out 9 and 9.5. So what is it about 18 that you see? Why do you say that 18 live action? Is it just because of the amount stacked there? Or maybe you're thinking, well, if they come up to 19, they're probably going to bust through it. But what they might do is they might pull back and only get to 18 and then fall. The sell volume was just above, huh? Okay. Oh, yeah, on the footprint, it was 18. Not a lot traded at 17.5, but quite a bit traded at 18. Quite a bit sold into 18. Digital shot, I get too biased. I always come back because I think I can make bigger trades, but I should stick to my 2 to 3, sometimes 4 to 5 tick scalping. I like the feeling of a runner, but yeah, maybe it's just not mine. Yeah. So they're ticking back and forth at 17 and showing some balance at 17. And overall, there's more selling at 17 than there is buying. See, Peter disagrees with me. That's interesting. Eric Cages says he's got to go too. Thank you. Thanks for the help. Re should be at 129. Wow. They gonna take 17 half bid, or is there gonna be iceberging there? A little bit of iceberging there. Okay. So they took 17.5. Traded a little bit up there, but it's not like pushing. E-mini looks weak to me, but it's not. Shouldn't even necessarily say weak. It looks vulnerable. Like if they try and take this level here, it's just gonna be a okay, 18.5 pulled. Hold. Okay, so they took an aggressive hit at 18.5, and there was an iceberg there. And now the E-mini is starting to look weak. And I can see the cumulative delta slowly turning. See, there's a pretty strong bid in ZN. Maybe they will unwind. Which one are you seeing? They're doing okay on bits. Well, okay, now that was strong. That was, I know you're hiding up there and I'm coming for you. By the way. And I'm not getting any, well, I'm getting a 5-year signal. Getting a tepid 5-year signal. Yeah, live action says your trade. I really want to see the E-mini come down. I don't know. It's just it's hard because I have an opinion, right? I have an opinion that I can't honestly trade on, to be honest. I mean, I just don't have the time frame for it. But I have an opinion that China is really just messing with us. Like, we had a deal, and now they're coming in and saying, "Oh, actually, we should get rid of the tariffs." They're changing the deal. Why would they do that? If we had a deal in principle and there was going to be other phases, unless you don't actually intend on following through with the other phases, you know? So from the United States side, we have no reason to believe that the Chinese are being genuine with us at all. And if that is the case, this trade deal is not going to happen. Really? We shouldn't even be talking about this. They should just be, they had the date and they should just go. And that should have been it. There shouldn't be any discussion. None of this stuff, shouldn't be talking about any of this. If things were okay, we wouldn't be talking about any of this. So it's not going to happen. If it's not going to happen, then where are we going to be at? We're going to be right where we were in October when people didn't think that the trade deal was going to happen. Right back up there. And if we're going to continue to have trade war for another year, you're going to start to get into the period where, these businesses have been on hold for 2 years now. Some of them are going to have to, adjust. And there's going to be some pain in the economy because of it. And I think the Federal Reserve is going to have to cut again to hold things up. And we could continue to see E-mini kind of like, go largely sideways and short periods of it going strongly down and then recovery when they think that maybe there's going to be a deal and then falling back down again when they've realized that the Chinese are just messing with us again. So given all of that, why shouldn't we be at 129 or higher? Why not? That's my thinking. Now Peter is disagreeing with me. He didn't quite go into why, but he's saying, what does a trade deal mean for your yield curve in your view set? Then I say, well, I think that they're going to have to cut again. Which means that I think the year 2s and 10s is going to get close to inverting again. And I think your 30 year is gonna your 10 and 30 is gonna knob spread is gonna go down again because people are gonna be buying the 30 year as all of the volatility happens. Yeah. Don't know what else to say. The E-mini is just, it looks weak, doesn't it? It's all BS, both sides. China wants to wait out. I think so. It's turning into a nice trade. Well, I sure liked the way that when they came up to 19, the way that they were hitting it. And it's just kind of hovering here and watching the ES go down. It looks like they might be able to take it to a new high without much trouble. And there's how much is actually short here? I don't know if there's actually all that much short here. Yeah. I don't know. What about in the 10 year? Oh, in the 5 year. Well, the 5 year is pushing new highs in cumulative delta, actually. So can't say. Can't say. Okay, so there it is. They take it without much issue at all. There's a little bit of a liquidity left over from when we pivoted before at 20. The E-mini is starting to Who's Shishin tweeting? What President Trump said is not what the markets expect, but he said the U.S. hasn't agreed to a rollback of tariffs. It is not a flat denial. What's certain is that there's no rollback of the tariffs. There will be no phase 1 deal. This is dead. This is so dead. Okay. Oh, they actually traded 20.5 there too. Let me switch back over to here. Did you guys see something? Live action laughing. It is quite a hiccup, right? I don't know. Why am I zoomed out so far? Okay. So when I zoom in, it looks okay, but the 5-year is getting a little excited here. Are they going to be able to step it higher? I'm kind of wondering here at the 20. If you're willing to take 20 and 20.5, why wouldn't you be willing to take 22? Alligator says the technical target is above 129. So they ticked back up at 28, and I don't like that offer at 19.5. How many times going for that extra tick cost me huge? Yeah. But I'm waiting for, well, okay, so what I'm seeing in the 5-year can qualify as an exit. It's just the E-mini still hasn't like I want to see below 30.76. I want to see below 70.36. Yeah, an overnight lack of move simply shows they don't believe in no deal. Yeah. See, I have a thesis. The market is not come around to my thesis yet. I'm speculating, aren't I? That's why they call me Speculator Seth. Hmm. So here in a minute, then it will be the European session close. There might be a change. We'll see. It's a strong bid. Sorry, a strong offer. It's coming back too quickly again. 18. I probably shouldn't be playing it like this. When they say phase 1 deal, how many phases are there? That's a really good question, Michael. I don't know. I kind of assumed that there was only 2, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, gee. Okay, so there's the European session close. And notice the level 2 is getting all wild. Okay. Ask, that was 7 away. Took 1,000 off at 22. It's kind of interesting to watch the robots and the market makers hit these, because that volume at 18.5 just kind of came in all at once. Paused for a second, came in, bid. Hmm. Okay, so the E-mini did a little bit of a pullback. So it's a very small and cumulative delta, but they were able to make price go quite a ways. And that might have been because of the European session close, I don't know. Does look like it turned up after the European session close, so. Okay. So it's doing this nonsense at 18.5 again. Prices should be capped on the way up, but obviously sellers feel no urge. But notice the way that they take it so easily. You have to wonder, like, if I'm right, then this could all like fall apart over the weekend. And if you got somebody long in the E-mini or short in the treasuries that are trying to hold some sort of a trade over the weekend, okay, so the E-mini turned around a little bit there and the treasuries really liked that. But if somebody's trying to hold that, why would you hold that through the weekend? I mean, man, can you imagine the risk of holding that? I'm just so shocked that they're not crazy buying this, trying to get out of it. Maybe they already are out of it, but then where's the selling coming from? Maybe some people that are long from lower earlier today? It's possible. I mean, there is a lot of cumulative delta long, isn't there? And there's quite a bit of volume coming through here in this area, though. The 5-year is giving me a no signal. Now that's interesting. $31.97 and 18, and offer again, and bid, and 14.79 hits into it. It holds. Will the 18.5 pull or flip or? Okay, so ES is kind of sitting on a ledge here. They're thinking about it. Some buying in the 5-year by some sort of a robot. Looked like it was a split order. Why would you split it up in 15s like that, though? So that was kind of weird. Okay. By the way, there was that big iceberg at 18, huh? They took the iceberg. They sat bid on it for a while. Look at that. How much is traded here? 8,000 have sold into 18? Really? Mhm. Hmm. Well, it's about time for me to stop, guys. Okay, well, I have to sign a spot, but I'm going to stop it. So I will see you guys Monday. A lot of work for not much to show. And it sucks. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later.